What's going on? It's your boy Lawrence Kane Jr., financial coach and host of the Money Talks podcast. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Today, I want to pick up on what we talked about on our Money Seeds topics, right? We're at Money Seeds principle number 2, which is, you know, don't go after job security, build income security. So the first principle was, pride doesn't pay bills, productivity does. So this kind of ties into that. When we talk about the state of America, right? The state of really the world, right? Capitalism rules as far as the economic base. So we can't really just focus on, having job security. It just doesn't exist in 2018, right? When you look at people that are getting let go of jobs that's been there for decades, or you look at people talk about being overqualified or not having enough job experience. We have to sit back and analyze what is really the main thing we should focus on. And when I wrote my book, Money Seeds, I wanted to make sure that people understood that they are, you know, the actual thing that jobs are after. Not a skill set, or not a tenure, but you have to be a person that has income security. You have to be the person that controls your income, right? Like, a job is only gonna pay you what they feel like you're worth. And going into 2018, uh, a lot of us said that we wanted to make more money. Well, jobs aren't gonna pay us, and give us raises that we feel like we deserve, right? How many of us got a raise and it generated an extra 500 a month? Not too many people, right? Like, let's be real. A raise, they're gonna give you a 3 to 6%, and that usually boils down to about between 50 cent and $1.50. That's not a lot. Like, that's literally an extra $30, give or take, after taxes, man. And that's not life changing, right? That's not about to pay. That'll help towards some debt, but that ain't about to pay nothing off in the next year. So, you know, going after income security is the goal. And what I mean by that is making sure that you provide value, right? I always say skills pay bills, but value is what you can control. You can control the ability to increase your value, right? So a lot of people are getting taxes back, right? And we all have our you know theories on how to spend our tax money, but one thing that we don't talk about is investing into ourselves to increase our value, right? I'm looking at getting certifications that can help increase the credibility of my company, that will then generate more money, because once we get certain stamps of approval through these certifications, we can charge more. So that's what I'm after. And I'm not using tax money, but I'm just giving you an example. Like, you can use tax money or just any money to raise your value, right? To raise your credibility, to invest into yourself, where you may have been in a certain field for the last 5 to 7 years, and your value is really only one seminar or conference away, or one networking event away from really exploding into that next tax bracket, into your next level. So what I want everybody to do that's listening to this is write down about 2 or 3 either skills, you know, strengths, or things that you consider you have that are valuable. I want you to write that down. And when you write it down, you need to then ask yourself, how can I either increase this, or how can I create something that can, you know, generate revenue outside of my current main source of income, right? Because again, this is the Money Talks podcast. We really talk about creating money machines, right? That's the goal. right? Ain't a such thing as, you know, a lack of money in America, a lack of money in the world. Money is there for the taking. You just got to put your name on it. So really dig deep. Find out what your strengths are. Find out what value you add to your specific marketplace, and then you just got to double down, triple down on that, right? Go to a conference, get a certification, you know, help somebody else with their small business, you know, go to your job and really be real with your supervisor or, you know, some VP and say, what value do I need to add to get an extra $10,000 a year, or, you know, whatever it is. We just don't have the conversations, right? We have these ideas and these dreams of getting to the next level, but we don't put the work in. We don't sit down and have the tough conversations. We don't seek the answers that we're questioning. You have to put the work in. It's not gonna come overnight, man. Debt free lifestyles don't happen overnight. You know, having $1 million in your retirement does not happen overnight. Getting a successful business started does not happen overnight. All of these things take work. They don't take time, because the time is going. We don't control time. We control what we do with our time. So all I focus on this year, and what I implore to you to do, is focus on putting in the work. What your work is going to be different than mine. Like I've been fortunate enough to understand what work I need to put in to get where I need to be and where I want to be. But for some of you, you may have not had that conversation with yourself. I literally ask myself every morning, what seeds can I sow today? What seeds am I gonna sow today? And I'm not taking no for an answer when it comes to me sowing these seeds. I don't care what happens throughout my day. I don't care what my family thinks. I don't care what people on social media are saying. Like, all I care about is getting these things done. So, I don't care if you're listening to this on, a Monday. I don't care if you're listening to it on a Thursday. You need to start immediately focusing on what value you're going to add to the marketplace, and really just focusing on that. Like, that's just bottom line, right? So remember, we can't go off the job security. It doesn't exist. You have to build income security, and the way to do that is to focus on your value. Focus on your value. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you've been at your job for 5 years and everybody is coming to you for questions. You can get fired tomorrow. God forbid it happens, but it is possible. So the one thing that you can do to prevent, losing your job and then, losing everything after that, just focus on your value. Focus on building outside of your job. Focus on building networks. Focus on, helping other people get to their goals, right? If you become the plug, right, then when you need something, people won't even think twice about it, right? Like, one of the tips that I share with some of my my entrepreneurs is that when they're looking at getting new clients, it's really not about going to the new client. It's bringing a new client to you. And one of the ways I do it is I did this last year. What I did was I made a photo or image or a flyer of myself promoting, my services, and I sent it to people in my phone, right? So if you have a service or product that you're trying to sell, right, what you need to do, create a flyer, small flyer, don't have to be all extravagant, it can be basic. Send that to 10 people, right? And then say, hey, do me a favor, I'm trying to get more customers this month. Can you send this to 10 people that you know? So just think, you sent it to 10 people, asking them to send it to 10 people. That equals 100 people, and out of those 100 people, you can get some new clients. How much did that cost you? Nothing. You can create a flyer on Canva, which is a free website. They have an app that you can literally make a free flyer and share it to people for free. So that's my money savings tip and my money making tip of the week. Like that's all you have to do. I promise you, man, it's not hard. You just have to be willing to put the work in. You just have to be willing to say no to other people when it comes to, you know, things that don't make sense for your bottom line. You have to be able to tell them, no, I'm working on my goals right now. I get with you when I'm finished. And believe me, they'll be there. So remember, man, financial success, it happens on purpose, and success does not visit the lazy. So what I want you to do is share this with 4 people, right? Who are looking to get to the next level financially. I want you to be real with yourself after this, and start going to your destiny, right? Start getting and knocking these goals out, right? So remember, subscribe to the podcast. Remember to share this with 4 people that you love, that you know, that you care about. And remember that financial success happens on purpose, and success does not visit the lazy. God bless.